Very good morning to all. So, dear students, myself Dr. Vijay Kumar, working as Assistant Professor of Economics in Department of Social Science and Humanities at Vignan Foundation for Science and Technology and Research, Guntur, Andhra Pradesh. Today, we will discuss one of the interesting topic, that is green revolution and organic farming. It is very important to know that green revolution and organic farming in the Indian context. So, let us start with basic things. The topic is of green revolution and organic farming. It is very important to know that why green revolution is needed for Indian agriculture sector during the 1960s, whether truly needed. So, after green revolution, what are the changes has taken place? Okay. So, in that context, why farmers have taken for green revolution? So, in that context, we will discuss in detail about that. Apart from that, we will focus on organic farming. So, it is important in the present purpose. First, we will go to the introduction topic. Here we will see that what is the meaning of green revolution. Here green revolution is nothing but the rapid increase in the agriculture productions. It is very important, achieved through a adoption of. Before discussions, what is the need of green revolution, let me explain. So, during mid 1960s, there were a huge shortage of food production. So, that is why the government of India has think that is to make with the revolution in the agriculture speed, especially food production sector, to ensure food security across the nations. To make it green revolution during the mid 1960s, they have made a challenge in the agriculture sector, that is green revolution. So, there are methods to make successful green revolution in the country. They have adopted certain things, especially is the usage of high yielding variety seeds, chemical fertilizers, pesticide usage in agriculture production and advanced irrigation facilities. You might know that, so bore wells, canals, irrigation, excess usage of waters for agriculture to boost on the agriculture production. Apart from that, usage of farm mechanizations, so advanced usage of farm implements, tractors, right. So, even harvesting machines. At the end, the aim is to make food production, to ensure food security. So, orally we can say that it is of part of green revolution, right. So, it is transferred India to food deficit nation to a food surplus nation. That is the main motto of this green revolutions. Okay. To make this successful green revolution, one of the prominent person behind this, we can see that proudly father of green revolution in India, popularly we can call it as MS Swaminathan. He is the person behind this green revolution. To successful agriculture production in the Indian context, he played a important role. Okay. By basically he is a genetics. Again, another person is there, Norman Borlaug. He is popularly known as father of green revolution globally. Basically, he is an agronomist. So, by taking the help of these person, Norman Borlaug, and advanced methodologies used in Indian agriculture practices for green revolution to boost on the Indian agriculture production. So, these two persons plays an important role for successful agriculture production in the Indian context. Okay. So, especially during the period of Lal Bahadur Shastri and Indira Gandhi prime ministers, they have made these changes. Okay. So, this is the importance behind green revolutions. Now, we will move to the next one, historical background. Why, what is the necessity of green revolution? Without green revolution, food production can be increased. So, there are so many questions will arise, because during 1960s, this green revolution has made tremendous change in the agriculture sector. For that, we should understand why, what is the important reason behind these green revolutions. So, we will talk about that. Why, the question arises, why green revolution is needed. So, you can see that during 1960s, the India country is facing of severe shortage, food shortage. Farmers also, even peoples are also suffering of food shortage. First reason. Second is agriculture productivity is very low. There is no advancement in agriculture. Obviously, agriculture productivity is less. To boost on this agriculture productivity, obviously green revolution idea has came into existence. Okay. So, even frequent droughts and famines threaten the food security. These are also maybe the reason due to low agriculture productivity. So, lastly, India is dependent heavily on food imports under PL 480 from United States. So, due to these reasons, okay, during mid 1960 green revolution has taken place. Okay. So, let us start with the beginning of green revolution, how it has taken place. Okay. So, it is already I told during 1960s it has came into existence, especially this green revolution they have focused two major important crops in the Indian perspective, especially wheat and rice. Okay. So, here high yield they have adopted for growing advanced seed varieties, especially in the crops like wheat and rice. The part of Punjab, Haryana and western Uttar Pradesh, these states have got highly productive yield for agriculture productivity. So, that is why this green revolution has taken place, especially these sectors have got successful results. Okay. So, this is one thing. To make it more successful green revolution, there are some of the components we can see here. So, first one I told that high yielding varieties. So, obviously to get more agriculture yield we used to apply more advanced techniques for productions. In that the inputs are very important. First and foremost is higher productivity. To achieve more higher productivity we should have good quality advanced seeds, okay, that is of high yielding varieties, and those seeds are free from disease, resist from disease, pest and disease, and drought resistance also. Okay. Obviously we can achieve high income yield, okay, and that of the seeds are of short durations and high yielding varieties, right. So, this is one example. We can see that I told they are focused under green revolution rice and wheat, okay, rice and wheat. So, here we can see the wheat varieties Lerma Rosso and Sonara 64, these are the two varieties high yielding varieties they have adopted for the production of wheat in India, and rice of IR18, okay. So, these are the two varieties. This is one component. Second one is irrigation infrastructures. So, obviously everybody knows this Indian condition of Indian agriculture is having of different agroclimatic zones, and more apart from that 76% of the area under of rain fed area Indian agriculture. So, here we used to focus on irrigation also, obviously we can get more yield here. So, by expansion of our canals, source, tube wells, pump sets, reservoirs. So, if you enrich these irrigation source in your agriculture, obviously the income yield of agriculture will increases, okay. So, here, so what is the necessity behind this? To ensure reliable water supply, this is very important, okay. So, this is irrigation aspect. So, in third, chemical fertilizers and pesticides, this is very important, okay. So, nowadays in Indian context agriculture is uncertainty, risk and uncertainty. We do not know when rainfall will come, when pest and diseases attacks will to crops. For that, to improve our agriculture yield, so we used to go with the chemical fertilizers and pesticides during the green revolutions, okay. So, especially to improve the soil nutrients, control pest and diseases, increase crop productivity, these chemical fertilizers, pesticides have made important role, okay. In continuation with this, mechanization also important, okay. So, everybody knows that across India we have the labor shortage problem, okay. So, here by application of advanced mechanization in our agriculture practices, especially usage of tractors, harvesters, threshers, diesel engines, pump sets. So, by using this within a short period of time we can achieve the more yield from agriculture activity. Apart from that, rural electrification is another important component. Here it supports the irrigation pumps, even promote the mechanization, improved agriculture operations, right. So, another important one is, this is very important to know that. So, from the government sector there is a support we should need to the farmers to get agriculture credit, extension services, crop insurance and procurement through MSP. So, these are the important components to make successful green revolutions. Okay. To make it 100% successful a green revolution, so it is having certain phases. Here we can see in phase 1 we can see during 1965 to 1980. So, mainly in this stage we can see wheat production they have high focused, especially in the part of Punjab, Haryana and western Uttar Pradesh. Okay. So, by adoption of different to aware the farmers to know the scientific importance of that for boosting the agriculture production, especially the government of India has guided to the farmers by implementing various programs. Here we can see the intensive agricultural development program, intensive agriculture area program. Through these schemes, okay, government has awareing to boost on the agriculture productivity. Okay. So, in this, so adoption of these things, some of the achievements has taken place. Food grain production increased substantially and also India is achieved self-sufficiency and wheat production obviously increase. Okay. This is phase 1. Now, next is in phase 2 started with during 1980s to 1991. Here in this phase we can see that greater emphasis on rice production, whereas in phase 1 wheat they have focused wheat productions. So, in the case of phase 2 they have highlighted rice production. Okay. Mainly of expansion in the eastern parts of the India. Okay. You can see the target areas West Bengal, Bihar, Assam, eastern Uttar Pradesh. Okay. They have focused these states for the production of rice, right. So, simultaneously we can see certain limitations were found that here institutional constraints, poor implementation of land reforms. Okay. There were that time there is no proper land reforms rules and regulations, that time they have faced some of the problems faced by the farmers. So, especially during the phase in rice production. Okay. So, whereas in phase 3 we can see it started from 1991 to 2003, here specially after wheat production and rice production they have focused on dryland areas. So, we know that in India agriculture 70% of the farmers are dependent on rainfall. Okay. So, they have poor irrigation source, they are totally dependent on monsoon. Okay. So, in that context, so in phase 3 under green revolution they are focused on expansion of dryland areas, right. So, totally depends on monsoon. Mainly they are focused commercial crops to get more income to farmers and even production aspect. They have focused some of the crops like cotton, pulses and oilseed millets. Not only nutritional security, commercially economic profitable. So, they have focused under phase 3 green revolution. So, under this they have made new initiatives, that is integrated waste watershed management program, rainfed area development. So, by using these initiatives in phase 3 they have made the drastic agriculture production. Okay. So, this is the important phases of the green revolution. So, after green revolution there are so many revolution has came into existence in different sectors. We can see that now normally we can call it as rainbow revolutions. Okay. So, here we can see yellow revolution, they are mainly meant for oilseed productions. Why oilseed production? Because if you see that for rice, wheat we need much of water, whereas in Indian condition I told the entire Indian perspective almost all farmers are depends on monsoon. So, why can't we go with the oilseed productions? Because these crops requires less water, okay, for their production, productivity, growth. Okay. So, we can see that yellow revolution for oilseed crop, and simultaneously we will have the blue revolution for fishery production, one of the most subsidiary occupation of agriculture, that is of fishery, one of the most profitable business as far as economically strengthening the farmers income and also nutritionally benefited, that is of blue revolution. White revolution, that is of milk. Okay, I told one of the best subsidiary occupation of agriculture is the dairy farming, especially women empowerment. Okay, so here we can improve the living standard of the farmers through by making successful dairy farming in the rural area. Okay, so brown revolution for fertilizers, okay, and silver revolution for poultry. So making this type of revolution in the Indian perspective, especially in agriculture sector, to improve the agriculture production, simultaneously wish to strengthen the farmers income and also for achieving sustainable development. So these are the major important component behind this revolution. After making this green revolution, there is a changes has taken place in the agriculture sector. We can see both positive as well as negative impacts we can see after green revolution. We will go with the first positive impact. We can see that no doubt obviously we got the increase in production, especially the area increase, food grain production increased significantly. So after green revolution we are self sustained and we can import export the commodity to other countries also, especially rice and wheat. Okay, we have the we cross the stage food scarcity to food security. Okay, I told na. So rice as well as wheat we are export that much we are capable after green revolution. Okay, so the self sufficiency I told, India became a largely self sufficient in food grains after green revolution. So this is what the actual change has taken place after green revolution. And even so earlier we used to depend to import of major commodities, especially rice and wheat. Now after green revolution we have reduced the food import, especially depends on import food grains, okay, substantially. So this is how the positive impact we have seen in after green revolution. Okay. So in continuation with impact in the increase in the farmers income also. Obviously if we get more production, we will get more income from the agriculture activity from the farmers. So here we can got the higher productivity, greater market surplus, even better income levels. So this is the importance behind green revolution. Even apart from that, so agriculture sector provides raw material for manufacturing industries, that is of agro based industries, especially fertilizers, tractor industry, agro processing units, irrigation equipment. So these sectors, these industries have got raw materials for productions. That is why green revolution has made a drastic change in the agriculture sector. Apart from that, for sustainability, for rural empowerment, rural employment, so the green revolution has made a drastic change. Okay, so these are the important positive impacts. Apart from that, we have the social impact also. Poverty reduction also we have seen after green revolution. Okay, even reduction in the hungers. So even malnutrition problem also has overcome through this green revolution. And apart from that, better living in we can see in the farmer's perspective. Okay, so usually in education, health, housing system, after green revolution, obviously every farmer has got good yield, and from that good yield they have earned good income source. Obviously then whatever the needs of the farmers they have fulfilled. Obviously they are living in a good happy life. So even after apart from that, rural development also has taken place, because once you got the production, obviously roads, market, LCD, so storage facility also has to create by the government. Okay, so this is the social impact we can see in green revolution. Now coming to the negative impact. So there will be advantage also, disadvantage also has taken place after green revolution. Here we can see that decline in soil fertility, this is very important. So in to boost an agriculture production to get more yield, so in green revolution we used excess fertilizers and pesticides. In turns the result is nutrient imbalance and soil degradations. That is what actually taken place. This is one of the drawback of this green revolution. And even groundwater depletion we can see that, right. Here we can see that excess irrigation we can we have used in green revolution. Falling of water tables, water scarcity major affected, especially Haryana and Rajasthan. So, we have used excess water. So, at the end what is has taken, groundwater depletion has taken place. So, this is one of the negative impact of revolution. So, even biodiversity losses also we can see that this is comes under of negative impact here. So, in this traditional varieties were replaced by few high yielding varieties, that may cause biodiversity loss also. Okay. So, because some of the seeds requires more chemical fertilizers also, consequently genetic erosion increased pest vulnerability has taken place. At the end the biodiversity or environment cause pollution. Okay. That is the negative impact behind this revolution, and even water pollution also has taken place, fertilizers, pesticides, so lakes. So, these are the things were having the negative impacts towards green revolutions. Now, the present agriculture sector needs green revolution too. Okay. Here we will see that. So, especially because why the necessity of green revolution 2 is, no doubt in green revolution first we are focusing agriculture production productivity aspect, because that time food production is less. During 21st century we have enough food production, but we are the problem with the sustainability. To achieve more sustainability with the environmentally safely, we need we should have the green revolution too. Here we can see that to achieve this, some of the emerging challenges, that is especially climate change, groundwater depletion, soil degradation, rising input cost, declining profitability. So, these are the major challenges we can see to achieve green revolution 2. Okay. So, mainly objective I told that sustainable agriculture, we should present needs without compromising the future generations, that is what sustainable agriculture wish to focus that one. Okay. So, even climate resilience we wish to go with the disease, pest and drought resistance varieties, and nutritional security, that is also we should focus our health also. Okay. Because excess usage of chemical fertilizers in turn causes of severe diseases to human beings. Even resource conservation, we have less irrigation sources, wish to conservation for future generations, right. So, these green revolution 2 has proposed by MS Swaminathan, right, and productivity improvement and perpetuity without ecological harm. I told sustainable agriculture, okay, and environmentally safe. These green revolution 2 is must and should. So, to achieve this, some of the key features we can see that sustainable farming, reduce chemical inputs, water conservation technology, crop diversification, climate smart, organic farming and community participation. This is very important. So, achieve these, by taking these goals we can achieve green revolution 2. Now, coming to the topic next is organic farming. After green revolution we will move ahead with the second topic is organic farming. What is the need of organic farming? Because so far we have used so many chemical fertilizers in agriculture field, at the end we are losing soil fertility, we are problem with health issues, got it, we are not achieving success expected yield also, at the end we are losing our soil health. To overcome that problem, organic farming is very needed in the present perspective. In simple terms we can see that organic farming is nothing but a sustainable it is one type of agriculture method or farming method that uses natural inputs and ecological process while avoiding chemical fertilizers and pesticides and genetically modified organisms. Okay. So, without usage of chemical fertilizers, right. So, we used to go with the farming, that is what organic farming we can see that. Here some of the principles we can see that organic so mainly it focuses on the principles health principle, ecology, fairness and care principles. So, these are based on these 4 principles, this organic farming we can make successful. Some of the features we can see that in organic farming, okay, without usage of chemical fertilizers we can boost on the agriculture productivity, and we can save our soil for a longer time fertility. Here we can then go with the crop rotation. So, growing year wise, season wise we used to go with the crop rotation, we can achieve this organic farming. So, especially green manuring, that growing of green manure crops especially in the summer situations like sun hemp, right. So, these are the green manure crops, so that we can improve the soil fertility, and composting and vermicomposting waste to the, these are the one of the naturally available organic manures. So, simultaneously once you are making agriculture with dairy, you will get dairy byproducts, cow dung. So, those you can use as a organic manure for their field. And another one is biologically pest controls and mixed farming, agroforestry and natural nutrient cycling. So, these all makes naturally organic manure for the production of agriculture growth. Okay. So, this is the important features of organic farming. Now, coming to status of organic farming in the Indian context, we can see that globally India has emerged as one of the world's leading organic farming nations. Everybody is turning towards India is organic farming state. Okay. So, here we can see that almost approximately 101.72 lakh hectares we have organic based area in the Indian context. So, around of 2.4% of India's net sown area we can see under organic farming area, okay, cultivable area. So, important facts we can see that around nearly of 30% of accounts globally organic producers in the Indian perspective. So, especially India ranks first in the organic farmers, okay, in the top countries. So, to make it more agriculture successful for especially healthy soil, healthy food, healthy future, we should have organic farming. Okay. So, here one of the best examples we can quote in the Indian context, see 100% organic regions we can call it as Sikkim, one of the state mainly without usage of chemical fertilizers, single person. Okay. Best example is Sikkim, one of the organic based farming we can see in the Sikkim states, and union territory, that is Lakshadweep. So, declared as a 100% organic territory. So, especially for healthy soil, healthy food, healthy future, right. Major organic farming states apart from that Sikkim and Lakshadweep, we can see that especially Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Orissa, we can see that organic cultivated area under organic farming we can see, and especially Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Gujarat states have higher share organic farm. So, now farmers already they have got awareness about scientific usage of organic farming. From long term they are using chemical fertilizers. Now, the farmers also realize that usage of chemical fertilizers, obviously they are getting difficulty to maintain soil health. So, they are also thinking go with the organic farming. Government also has to think that we should promote for organic farming by implementing so many programs. So, benefits of organic farming, you can see that we can achieve lower input cost, because if you use chemical fertilizers, obviously the input cost of cultivation will be more, okay, and we can improve soil fertility, soil structure, microbial activity and organic carbon content if you go with the organic farming, right. So, you can achieve higher profitability, right. So, organic products fetch the premium prices. Take example in big bazaars, you can see that they will keep separately for organic products and they will pay high charges. So, nowadays everybody is aware about their health. So, obviously they will pay ready to pay for organic products also, okay. And even crop diversification we can see under organic farming, and there is one option too in organic farming, niche markets, growing domestic and international demand, especially in the horticulture crops, especially take pomegranate, right, jackfruit, parels. So, these are the crops having high economic value. We can go with the organic farming so that the farmers can get more income from that crops, okay. Even environmental benefits we can see if we go with organic farming, we can reduce the pollution percentage also, especially in agriculture, soil, water and also air. This has to taken care, so that we can get long term profitability from agriculture sector. Through organic farming we can achieve this one. And second, entire globally we have the problem with the climate change, that one also we can overcome. Biodiversity conservation we can, water conservation, reduce energy consumption, genetic diversity protection. So, at the end, environmental sustainable perspective, it is very important that organic farming is must and need. Here benefits to consumers also, we can see that we can go with a healthier food for better health. So, free from harmful chemical residues, safer for human health, better nutritional quality also we can see with the organic farming, and non GMO scores, that is genetically modified organisms. So, that is also free from this organic farming. Okay. So, apart from that, we have the economic benefits, we can create the employment, because organic farming requires more manpower, especially for vermicompost production, even organic farming, agriculture process products. Okay. So, these requires obviously more number of peoples to do that work. So, obviously in the rural area we can create the employment generation, even strengthening the rural economy. So, it supports the local market, encourages the small scale enterprises, and even we have the option that export potential of growing of organic based products. Okay. Sustainable agriculture growth also we can achieve this. It is one of the pathway for sustainable development, that is what? Organic farming. Okay. Some of the, to achieve more successful organic farming across the India, we have the certain challenges, especially you can see that infrastructure we have in the rural areas, still we have the problem with infrastructure. If we got good yield, we are unable to store in a proper way, that is one, and even supply chains also very difficulty. So, that one has to take by the government of India, and we have the certification problem, especially for these organic products. We have so many procedures, official procedures for certifications, and even quality control issues, okay, even limited research and development. So, these are the key areas are facing by the organic farming. Okay. So, these things has to taken care, so that we can go with 100% organic farming. Okay. So, even policy regulatory challenges, we can see that non-uniform standards and limited regulations, even GMO contaminated risk. So, these are the things has to taken place. Right now the farmers are facing, these are the problems, especially for going with the organic based farming. Okay. Even economic challenges, higher input cost, especially for seeds of organic based having more inputs. So, that one is the problem behind. Even market uncertainty, we are not sure that if you have got good yield, especially we have good network market connectivities for especially organic products, even conversion cost and scaling challenges. So, these are the major challenges we are facing by the Indian farming in the organic farming sector. So, that is why still organic farming is not promoting in a 100% way due to these reasons. Okay. So, these things has to taken care, right. To overcome these challenges, government is also trying to make, to motivate go with the for organic farming. We can see that first that is centrally sponsored scheme, that is Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana, that is more major motto is to promote cluster based organic farming. Okay. Especially financial assistance, organic certification, capacity building program. This scheme is very essential. Okay. Second one is mission organic value chain development for northeastern region in India. Okay. Especially northern state, go for tea productions, right. And even we can see that national program for organic production, right. So, one of the best government agency that for import export, agriculture processed export development authority. The purpose is of organic certification, especially for export. Okay. Even we can see that participatory guarantee scheme, this is also one of the initiative has taken place for low cost certification, and moreover it is more suitable for small farmers and community based verifications. So, this is one thing, and another one is zero budget natural farming. It is one of the best initiatives taken, thing that cow based inputs, natural nutrient management, chemical free agriculture, that is of zero budget natural farming, you can see that. And even another program is national project on organic farming, that is for mainly focusing on biofertilizer production, that is of naturally available microbes, that is Azotobacter, mycorrhiza, for boosting the agriculture activity. Okay. So, to one step ahead, we can see that one of the some of the successful stories under organic farming. Here we can see that Sikkim model is one of the best example. Okay. It is of 100% organic farming. entire state is converted as organic farming, enhance and eco tourism, improved environment quality also. Another example, you can see that Vandana Shiva is funded by especially in the state Uttarakhand, we can see that majorly they have focus for seed conservation, biodiversity protection and promotion of sustainable agriculture. It is funded by Vandana Shiva, right. So, another one is in Telangana, we can see that Raitu Sadhikara Samastha is mainly they are focusing on natural farming, reduce enforced cost and improving soil health. Okay. So, these are the successful stories, because with this base we can go with the organic farming. No doubt organic farming, it takes time, but you will get 100% result. Apart from 100% result, you will maintain long term profitability with a good soil and better sustainability and environmentally safely. Got it? So, this with this we can motivate, go with the organic farming. Okay. So, based on this green revolution and organic farming, we have the civil service examination questions may appear, okay, in this type of model. So, green revolution was primarily associated with this type, and even which state became is India's first organic states. Okay. So, already we discussed, the answer is Sikkim. Okay. And this is of mains question, we can see for general examination, discuss the environmental consequence of the green revolutions, and even organic farming is a pathway for sustainable agriculture, critically examine. So, they will ask very practical based questions in the main exams. So, this is how the importance of green revolution and organic farming. So, lastly, thank you so much. Thank you.